This board should actually be renamed the Chicago Board of Public School Destruction. I want to give you two examples. The first one is your pocket calendar or your school's calendar. I'm holding up the one from 2007 and 2008. Some of you were actually working for the Board of Education at the time this came out, and Arnie Duncan was the school's CEO. You'll notice it's called the School's Calendar and Directory. It had a list of all the public schools in Chicago, and it had information about how to contact those schools and the people around the city system. Now let's go fast forward to today. This is what you are giving out to the parents and community today. It's called the Public Schools Directory, the calendar, because you no longer list the public schools. You are so busy in the business of destroying the public schools that you don't even dare any longer put into print the names of the schools you have, because as we've all learned the hard way since you took over, those schools will be destroyed within a few years, and the less evidence behind, the better. This current calendar is just a great example, and I want to read from one page. Some of you are aware of the importance of duct tape in the world of art and other places.
Mr. Schmidt, excuse me, can you please conclude?
I don't think so, Estella. You know, you gave 5 minutes to a preacher who was up here with Alderman Maldonado, and then you've cut off just about everybody who disagrees with you. And since I've known Slim Coleman for 40 years, I think we should all get to talk that long.
Mr. Schmidt, get on with your comments. We're giving you a couple of minutes. Get on with it, please.
I'm going to read you from the July 2014 page of your current calendar. A People's Gas employee helps a student with her homework as part of the company's partnership. And on the page it says, be a duct taper, be a duct doctor. Seal duct seams and connections in your attic, crawl space. Do I have to read longer? This is the official calendar of the third largest public school system in the United States. You are making every day an insult to every person who cares about this city and this system. Estella, you can give these to the members of the board. I brought one from 2007, one from this year. I originally intended to read about how your new policy is to hire people from outside the city and to provide them with transportation expenses. I won't take your time with that because the list, since you took over, would take me 10 minutes to read. 10 minutes. You paid your first CEO after you took office, Mr. Vitale, $30,000 to move here from Rochester. You paid your second CEO, sitting here now, the same amount. But in addition to that, you've paid more than 30 other people to come to town from out of town because apparently, Mr. Escocia, Ms. Hines, you can't find anybody qualified for the executive positions in this system in this city any longer. I think you've got to be accountable for that. Every time you hire a new person from out of town and then cover it up by refusing to allow publicly the discussions you have in executive session, you are insulting everyone in this city. That's the reason for the topic I chose to write about today.
Thank you, Mr. Schmidt.
You have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Schmidt.
Our next speaker,
Ms. Beltran, these calendars are waiting to go to Mr. Vitale.
Thank you, Mr. Schmidt. Our next speaker, please speak.